This segment of The Exchange is sponsored by the Michigan Wildlife Council. As summer draws nearer, residents of West Michigan will flock to the beaches for afternoons of fun in the sun. But how can we ensure these natural water resources will be preserved for future generations to enjoy? Well, the Michigan Wildlife Council is dedicated to increasing public awareness about wildlife conservation efforts in the state through their Here for Generations campaign. As part of that campaign, they've highlighted several conservation efforts that are taking place right here in West Michigan. And today we are showcasing the Alliance for the Great Lakes, which works to protect our Great Lakes by involving thousands of people each year in advocacy, volunteering, education, and research to ensure our lakes are healthy and safe for all. Jamie Cross is the Adaptil program manager, and she is here to tell us more. So describe what the Alliance for the Great Lakes does.
Well, the Alliance for the Great Lakes vision is to protect the Great Lakes for people and wildlife forever. So we work through focusing on people, place, and policy. So we work with thousands, tens of thousands of volunteers annually to work on local restoration and protection of the Great Lakes. We also work with local leaders to support them in their efforts to restore land and clean water in their communities. And lastly, we advocate for protective policies that help to restore the Great Lakes for lasting time.
I love that you purposefully put the word forever in there. Sometimes we think about just today, but if we're really, we want our kids and our grandkids and everyone to be able to enjoy this beautiful resource. So now you have this beach program. Talk a little bit about the effort toward the beaches.
Yeah, the Adaptil program is now in its 25th year. It is a one-of-a-kind program for this region, involving more than 10,000 volunteers annually throughout the region in all 8 Great Lakes states, so not just Michigan. It is also works to make our beaches healthier, safe, and beautiful.
By doing what? What specifically are they
Our
doing?
volunteers go out and they remove litter from our shorelines, and then they also collect data on what they find. So the data that they collect is part of a large data set that's used by researchers and others to help make changes in their communities.
Yeah, this data is the future part, right? Again, this goes to the future.
That's right. That's
because
right.
That data provides important information for the future planning and security of the beaches.
That's correct. The data collected is used to help with local management decisions. So they craft solutions, either the volunteers or local agencies, that really make the difference.
Obviously, when we talk about protecting our beaches, the keeping them clean to enjoy a day at the beach is great. But there's more. When we learn about the trash that is being left at the beaches, we know one specific thing about it, right? It's a lot of plastic.
It's a lot of plastic. So the majority of the stuff that our volunteers pick up is plastic. And we know that tiny pieces of plastics can be consumed by fish and wildlife, so that's a problem for fish and wildlife. We also know that plastic, toxic pollution actually adheres to the plastics once it's in the water, making a bigger problem. So plastics and trash on our beaches is definitely not good for people or wildlife.
It is a no-go. All right.
That's right.
Well, to learn more about the Alliance for the Great Lakes, visit greatlakes.org. And as always, you can learn about other great wildlife conservation projects by the Michigan Wildlife Council on their website at hereformioutdoors.org. We have a link to both websites at WZZM13.com. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
And thanks for the work that you're doing.
Well, thank you.